The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of Bronxnet or the program underwriters.
Bronxnet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your cafe con leche every Friday morning, and you are watching Open, where, of course, we bring you the best of arts, music, sports, entertainment, and so much more. On today's show, we start things off by sharing with you ideas about where to have the most fun this weekend in our Open Weekend Preview. Then we'll take a look at some beautiful art and hear more about an art gallery that takes an original look at art. And after that, we take the dance floor to learn some moves with Bombazos Military Tucker. And then we'll sit down with two-time Grammy Award winner Richie Bastar to talk about his path to musical greatness. Plus, Bobby C will swing by to update us on sports. And finally, a special treat only here on Open, where our guests delight us with their talents in our Open Artist Spotlight. So stay tuned. All this and more headed your way, because now we are officially open. Get to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host for this action-packed edition of Open. But before we start, we do want to hear from you, and we're always asking you to send us any feedback or if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to make about the show. And all you got to do is send us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And of course, you can visit us 24/7 on the web by going to bronxnet.org. And also, remember, we are on Twitter, people, so you can follow us at Bronxnet TV and send us some tweets while the show's going on. Yeah. All right. Let's just get right into it. It's time to dig into our magic bag of info and share with you all the great things happening around the city this weekend. You guessed it. It's time for our Open Weekend Preview.
5, 4, 3.
Our first preview is presented by Repertorio Español on 130 East 27th Street. That would be La Gringa. La Gringa tells the story of Maria, a New Yorker who travels to Puerto Rico in search of her roots and gets mixed reactions from her extended family. La Gringa is presented in Spanish with live subtitles in English available. It runs September 9th through December 19th. And for more information and tickets, you can go to www.repertorio.org. Next is The Welfare Queen by Erica Lopez at Clemente Soto Vélez Cultural and Educational Center. Erica Lopez adapts her new book, The Girl Must Die, a Monster Girl memoir, into a one-woman show as Kitten Lopez, the queen of the Boricua Noir film era. The Welfare Queen runs September 14th through October 8th at 8 p.m. Once again, that's happening at the Clemente Soto Vélez Cultural and Education Center, which is located at 107 Suffolk Street in New York. And for more information and tickets, you can go to www.brownpapertickets.com, and you can certainly give them a call at 1-800-838-3006. Lastly, but not the least of things to do, Aurora and Son del Barrio will be performing at Don Coqui next Thursday. the 15th. Roda and Zon del Barrio are known for their hip-shaking, funk-based salsa plena and boogaloo, and they're bringing it to Don Coquis with creative arrangements of old favorites and new originals. They update New Yorker traditions with real love. The group is led by writer and historian Aurora Flores and music director David Fernandez. Don Coquis is located at 115 Cedar Street in New Rochelle, and for more information, you can swing by doncoquis.com or you can call 914-637-3737. That was your open weekend preview, people, so make sure you get out there and see what there is to do. I think we gave you some nice options, so make sure you get out and check out some of the sites. Yeah. All right, our first guest today is going to be is actually the owner of Riverdale's only contemporary art gallery, and you don't want to go anywhere when we bring her up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Let's celebrate the gateway to America. It's the 7th annual Viva Bronx Festival, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse. This is at Hostos Community College, featuring great artists with crafts, food, and activities for the whole family. Celebrate Viva Bronx, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
To open, Rhina Valentin here, and our first guest, as I mentioned before we went to break, is actually the owner of Riverdale's only contemporary art gallery, and it opened in 2007. The Elisa Contemporary Art Gallery is committed to presenting artists whose art engages their audience emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually. They've curated art shows all over New York, including 2 private art spaces and various international art fairs. To tell us more about the newest exhibit, The Human Spirit, which honors our ability to persevere when our world has changed forever, we welcome Lisa Cooper, owner of the Contemporary Arts Gallery.
Rhina, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. And let's just share with everybody a little bit of background on your origins, which you actually originated from parents of Art Street.
I grew up with a mother who is an artist and a jewelry designer, and a father who is a wonderful businessman, but always aspired to be a Louise Nevelson type sculptor. So I always went to the museums and galleries and everything around New York. So I really grew up in a home with lots of art and all around me.
That's really interesting that you were blessed to grow up in a household that had art and business, because you're also a businesswoman who comes from a marketing background, correct?
Absolutely. I spent about 20 years doing advertising and marketing, 6 years working for Mercedes-Benz before I started my own gallery. So I really know the importance of marrying the two and giving people the opportunity to see and experience art and hear about it in so many different ways.
Now, just share with everyone how the two actually need to be married, the importance of that marriage in order to get the work out there.
It's so important in today's environment where there are so many different things for people to be doing and learning about. It really is important to be able to find different ways of intersecting people's lives with art. And whether that is having a gallery or being part of art fairs or doing more in the community that intersects people's lives with art, it's really critical to find different ways to touch their lives.
You know, and the fact that you're in Riverdale, right here in the Bronx, and that you're the only contemporary art gallery, well, that says a lot. So what made you decide to do it in that form, in that genre of being a visual arts, curator, exhibitor?
I think one really important thing to me was I had a lot of things that happened. It was the death of my father, and it was changes at work. And for me personally, my husband and I had also started to collect work every year on our wedding anniversary. So I knew the power of art and what it was like to be living it with it and seeing it every day, and how it gave me the ability to change where I was and go into a completely different world without ever leaving my space. And I really wanted to be able to touch people's lives and affect them in that same sort of way. So much I'll walk into a Chelsea gallery and I'll be completely ignored. And I really wanted to make art accessible to everyone and have everyone feel comfortable and know that it was something that could live between their heart and their intuition, that they didn't have to know a lot about it, but they had to be able to feel it.
You know, interesting that you mentioned going to Chelsea and being ignored, and the fact that you actually are conscious. You're a conscious human being, and we're going to talk a little bit about human spirit and that actual theme that's actually going to be opening up recent, right? I think it opens up today. Today, September 9th. And of course, that's in honor of September 11th. However, before we get into that, let's just talk about how important the work that you do actually loans itself to assisting those who wouldn't normally have access to art or anything of that matter, because you do a lot of philanthropic work, or actually you actually donate to philanthropic organizations. So let's just share with everybody a little bit, because just the Chelsea and the differences in your outcome, or rather, no, your outlook, I should say.
I mean, there are a couple of different things. When I started the art gallery, the mission was really to enrich people's lives and to use the power of art to help them positively transform their lives. And that was for themselves and within the community and within the world. And core to that mission from the very beginning was to donate a portion of all the gallery sales back to charities that helped underserved children heal through art. So there are three that we support: Free Arts NYC, Arts to Grow, and Creative Arts Workshop for Kids. And I've also volunteered my time and been very active with Free Arts NYC. So I've seen the power of young kids to create art and what it's like when they stand up and present it, and how so often in a world when they're invisible, that art gives them the chance to be seen and to build their self-confidence and their resiliency. So I really wanted to have a piece of that and a part of that and be able to contribute back to that.
It's so important to share it, not just through the actual work, but through expanding the knowledge of how to develop it.
Right.
And that is truly a beautiful contribution to our society. And with that said, let's talk about human spirit. And the title itself is captivating. So just what should we expect in today's opening? Is this some of the work?
This is some of the work. Today's show is really about, it's a tribute to 9/11, but it's the power of the human spirit to persevere when something has changed so dramatically, like 9/11 did in our lives. And it features 5 different artists, and we also tell all of their stories about where they were at 9/11 and how that event has changed their work, their lives, and what they're doing. 2 of the artists that we have featured are Ray Donnelly, and Ray is an artist from Austin, Texas. His work is very much of that Baroque and Renaissance portraiture. He captures a very, very emotional side to
We're
people.
talking about this one,
And
yes.
this is part of his series, The Lost Ones. And Ray was about to come to New York for his very first New York solo show on September 22nd, 2001. And he had painted for a year preparing for that show. And he loved New York and the people in the city. And as he flew in on September 20th, because they still wanted to move forward with the show, the smoke was billowing from the towers, and Ray was just heartbroken. But they moved forward with the show, as Giuliani told us all, to get back to business. And according to Ray, it was a disaster. And he's always been superstitious about having a solo show in New York ever since. But his work is so poignant. And once again, this is part of his series, The Lost Ones.
And this is part of the exhibition that's opening up today. Can we just share with everyone where Elisa
Contemporary Art is located at 5622 Mosholu Avenue in Riverdale. It's right near 256th Street.
And what time does the reception begin?
The reception, well, we're open today from until 6 o'clock, and we will be having an artist reception on October 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. with 2 of our artists.
Nice. And the website?
The website is www.elisacontemporaryart.com.
Well, we thank you for being here with us today, Elisa, and we definitely acknowledge you and your contributions to our existence in, just making the world a better place through art and being a great spirit.
Thank you, Rhina, and thank you for helping me create awareness, and thank you for your wonderful show.
Absolutely. All right. Don't go anywhere. And you don't go anywhere either. Once again, for more info on Elisa Contemporary Art Gallery, you can go to their website, which is elisacontemporaryart.com. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we get back, it'll be time to groove. That's right. Dancing with Rhina is coming up. So stay tuned. So this is nice. Thank you.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face. Ugly.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thanks.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
When I was younger, man, my brother was the one who really took care of me, man.
Is that right?
Hey, he'd wake me up in the morning, get me ready for school, take a shower, make me some breakfast.
Where your brother at now?
Oh, all right. I get lonely, nobody to talk to. I felt like quitting school. He looked at me dead in my eye. He told me, if not for me, do it for him.
Give Josh and our class of 08 the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
For you. Hey, Mom.
Girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay!
That was amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
I remember how much you said you liked wine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Hit
Let's celebrate the gateway to America. It's the 7th annual Viva Bronx Festival, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse. This is at Hostos Community College, featuring great artists with crafts, food, and activities for the whole family. Celebrate Viva Bronx, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse.
Hi, welcome back. I'm in the middle of a conversation with our next guest. We're kind of getting warmed up here. I hope you guys are warmed up. Well, at least I hope you have your dancing shoes on, because it's now time for Dancing with Rhina. So our next guest hails from the Bronx. She's a BX baby. Yeah. And, she is actually, she was born on the island of Puerto Rico and raised in La Perla del Sur, or the Pearl of the South, as they say, Ponce, Puerto Rico. And at the age of 6, she was already training her voice and singing with Serafines Cantores de Ponce. She trained in ballet, jazz, Spanish dance, and dance improvisation, but before moving to New York to attend Hunter College, she premiered as the lead dancer. Well, actually, this is all in the same time. She is the lead dancer of the Puerto Rican folkloric dance company Danza Fiesta, and she's performed in the Macy's Parade, Puerto Rican Day Parade, Summer Stage, all those outdoor events. You have seen her. And now she's formed her own company, and she's a choreographer, and she's got some bombazo classes, or bomba classes, that are going to be taking place at the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance. Without further ado, let me introduce Miss Betty Tucker.
Good morning, Rhina. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. And you have certainly accomplished a lot.
Yes,
since the last time we had you on the show.
Yes, I have. I'm now not only for my own dance company, like you said, I'm working with renowned choreographer Maria Torres, which we performed with the Gran Combo in Latin by the Sea in Brooklyn.
Did you?
I did a little bit of bomba there, bomba fusion with modern dance.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
And we have a special guest, 2-time Grammy Award winner on set today.
I know.
And then we got a special surprise for everyone.
Later on today.
Yes, later on in the show, so you can't go anywhere. You have to see what we have done here on Open. Yes. Our own fusion, even though Minteri's going to teach us Bombazo fusion, or her version of bomba.
Exactly.
Are we doing traditional, or we're doing your flavor?
We're keeping it to a traditional, because in order to fuse anything, you need to know where your roots, where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So my class is designed is especially a bomba basic, and I love it. You already have your bomba stand, your bomba
Okay, I have my bomba stand. Okay, can we just go over this skirt? Because why are these skirts important in bomba?
Skirts the history in skirts of bomba, it dates back to the 17th century. So back then, the women, of course, had their aprons and their long skirts. They didn't have pants, were not able to do anything, much less with the footwork, as the man.
Got it.
So for me, nowadays, the skirt is the extension of our arms, and the way we can play around with the bomba. Now, so before we start, let's just have our skirts down.
Okay, so we're going to have our skirt down.
Yeah, yes, your skirt. Let me show you how you pick up the bomba. This is something where I would teach in my workshops. You want to pick your skirt. You come all the way down, and if you don't have a ruffle, just like a quarter inch, right there, almost to the tip top. So that way we have a little room for the skirt to breathe and move. Okay. Okay. So like where you started, which is very perfect, is the bomba stance. You're here. Your posture's up. You're erect.
Am I in a ballerina stance?
No, you're in a 6 position.
Okay, so
basic. Your knees are not locked. Your knees are slightly bent, and we're gonna start with a basic footwork. So you're gonna start to the left, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. Perfect. This is beautiful. So this is our basic bomba step in Sika, in the Sika rhythm.
Sika. Now, this is called Sika.
Yes. This is
okay. So this is 1 and 1
and 1.
Okay.
And 1 and 1. Now remember that when we use our skirt, that is the dialogue with the drum, right? And not only it's the extension of our arms and extension of it's an expression in musicality. So when we hit the piquetes, right, for example, we're gonna hit the piquete. Let's just stop for a second, and we're gonna hit it, and we're gonna go 1. Directly, yes, 1. And then to the other side, 2. Now when you hit it forward, make sure that your other arm comes back to your posture, yeah? And we're gonna go 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the wrist is a little bit of a flick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the feet, let's incorporate the feet taps also as you're going forward. That's it. 1, 2.
It's opposite leg, opposite.
Opposition.
Right.
So opposite arm, opposite leg. So
Okay,
if we're going with the left, if we're going with the left,
It's
tap
right,
with the right.
right
Tap with the
foot,
right.
right?
Left foot. And then again, right. That's it. There you go. Now let's thread this a little bit faster. Let's keep our arms forward. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. Now when you stop, you want to stop with a very sharp and firm. Okay. So
Now, how did your leg stop? Your foot?
Well, my foot just went. So you can see my foot.
It kind of locks
It
in the
just locks
front.
in the front.
All right,
Yes.
so after we go like this, we go
After
1, 2, 3, right, and then
foot, and you stop, and that's the posture, right there, and that's the freeze, yeah. And
Right.
from here, what we're going to do is we're gonna bring our arms back to our hips, and we're gonna do a little bit of the shoulder.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay.
And 1, and 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. When go back to the step, we go.
Okay.
1, 2.
I see.
3.
So we go back to 1 in a sense.
So let's just have a little fun.
Okay.
Follow me a little
I'm
bit.
gonna follow you.
Okay.
We're actually gonna go fast forward, people, and she's gonna show you in full force how to do this later in the show.
Yes.
Actually, she's gonna do a performance. However, we're gonna do what we just learned. So I hope you're not just sitting on the couch watching us, and you're ready to do this with us. Let's do it.
Again.
All right, here we go.
6, 7, 8. Here we go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little faster we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's do a little bit of twirling. Twirl, 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 twirl. That's it, Rhina. That's it. Now let's go back.
Beautiful,
Stop.
beautiful.
2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna give you something a little bit more advanced. Okay. You can do this. It's in your blood. We go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Faster. That's it.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then we're going to do shoulders. And then we're going to inform everybody where they can actually take these classes, because they actually start this upcoming Monday,
At 7:30.
September 12th.
September 12th, 7:30 at BAD in the Bronx. It's located at 841 Barreto Street, and it's a 6-week workshop.
That's great. So you sign up. You're signing up for 6 weeks.
Exactly. 6-week workshop every Monday, and you can sign up on my website, www.militarytugger.com.
Beautiful. And well, you know, I know that was a quickie. That was a little quickie of how to get down with the bomba.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Miteri and I are going to dance this segment away. However, if you're interested in more information about the actual classes, which once again she mentioned is a 6 weeks course. It's a 6 weeks workshop. So you sign up for one, you got to go do all 6.
And there's a performance at the end.
Oh, and there's a performance
bombazo.
at the end, a bombazo,
Yes.
which is hot. So you get to show off all the stuff that you've actually learned. And once again, if you're interested in learning more about that, all you got to do is go to milteriTucker.com, and that's MILTERITUCKER.com. And once again, that starts this Monday, September 12th. So make sure you get your dance groove on, because I'm going to give my dancing feet.
Yes.
Well, you know, we're going to go into break doing our bomba, but we'll be right back while I get my bombazo on with Miteri Tucker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Eso.
Wepa. Nice.
Ba, ba, ba. And go one a little bit,
Hey, how's it going? Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
Gotta get that. Oh, I must be careful there. Well, that's a nice picture.
Come on, Anna.
Okay.
Foreclosure doesn't affect just you. It affects your whole family, too. If you've fallen behind on your mortgage, we can help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE, because nothing is worse than doing nothing.
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Hi, how you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Good. Yeah, she is big. Great haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks cute. Well, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Let's celebrate the gateway to America. It's the 7th annual Viva Bronx Festival, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse. This is at Hostos Community College, featuring great artists with crafts, food, and activities for the whole family. Celebrate Viva Bronx, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse.
Hi, I'm Sonia Richards of the 2008 U.S. Track and Field Team. I'm here with our friends from Jane and the Dragon to say,
the amount counts, so keep portions under control.
When you're on the go, there's nothing better than a healthy snack to give you a boost. But remember, portions count too.
I love fast food. Fruit, that is. It's the perfect size and great to eat on the fly.
You've got the idea. For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones, and foods rich in fiber are good for your heart. So you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
My name's Brandon. 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids. The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change, and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.
Welcome back to Open. Rhina Valentin here, your café con leche. Every Friday, catching her breath as we just took a break from un poquito de bomba. But we're not done yet with this Cultura episode of the show because now we have the percussion that actually goes with the bomba. However, we're going to talk about our next guest first, and then we're going to fuse the two. All right, so I hope you're ready for him, our next guest. That's right. He grew up in New York City in the shadow of his father, Francisco Caco Bastar, who he joined on stage at the age of 9, and at 15, he was a founding member of Grupo Fascinación and has since worked with some of the most talented people in Latin music, including Gilberto Santa Rosa, Tito Nieves, La India, and that's just to name a few. With these musical roots, it was no surprise that he went on to win 2 Grammy Awards, and as a part of El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico, he's been nominated for a Latin Grammy. And, well, El Gran Combo's 40th Anniversary Live also won for Best Tropical Album in 2002. So, Gran Combo's newest compilation, Sin Salsa No Hay Paraíso, which celebrates 50 years in the spotlight, continues to improve on their sound. And it is with great pride that we welcome Richie Bastar.
Thank you. How are you?
That's a lot of accomplishments.
Yeah, it seems like it was yesterday.
That's so awesome that it seems like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
Let's talk about yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the beginning of this.
Yeah, well, like you said, I come from a musical family. My father, well, before my father, it was my grandmother, Eugenia Ramos.
She was the first
percussionist in
women
Puerto Rico.
percussionist,
Yeah,
right?
she played in an all-female group, percussion, and that was in the 30s, 40s. Then she had my father, and she passed it on to my father, and my father passed it on to me, and one day he was going to perform in New York in the famous Corso, famous home of Latin music, Salsa Club, and he didn't have a babysitter, and he said, are you ready? You ready to perform in front of the public? I was like, yeah, I guess so, and, you know, performed, and
how old are you?
9 years old.
9 years old.
9 years
That
old.
is so awesome. You've been playing percussion since how old?
Since about 7.
Since 7.
Around there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that. Now, just growing up in that type of environment, is there a lot of pressure as a kid?
Pressure?
I'm just asking, like, when you were that young, did you feel like you had to be at a certain level because you came from this background?
Not at all. I was a normal kid. My father used to leave his instruments around the house, and like every normal kid, you want to say, oh, I want to play that, whatever, and I would leave, you know, I wait for my parents to leave the house because you make a lot of noise. My mother didn't want to hear that stuff. My neighbors didn't want to hear that stuff. And so one day my father left, I waited for them to leave, and I picked up the sticks. I had these timbales, and I just started playing. I felt like I was playing in front of a big audience, and when I opened my eyes, my father was there standing. You know, so you want to play like I do, huh? And he showed me a couple of tips and stuff like that, and he felt I was ready at 9 years old because he took me to one of his most important gigs, and that's where I made my debut and went on to do TV, and we did Madison Square Garden. People were asking me, were you scared in front of 20,000 people? I said, I didn't see anybody. It was dark, and I was just making believe I was home.
I'm fascinated by this story because, I think you guys are fascinated as well. I could just sit here and listen because that's pretty, 9 years old, and you're like just mocking your father, and you're like, boom, 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 yeah, I'm ready to be a superstar.
Yeah, and like I said, I was a normal kid playing in the street, playground.
Everybody's nerves, banged on everything.
Yeah, my neighbor, I lived on the 5th floor, and the person that lives under us on the 4th floor would bang her broom and say, hey, stop the noise. I would just keep playing,
Yeah. And of course, now you're a 2-time Grammy winner, and you play with El Gran Combo. Yeah, I bet she wish she wasn't knocking on that ceiling then.
Yeah. Well, I grew up 2 blocks from Yankee Stadium, and everybody's dream was to play with the Yankees, and I used to play baseball, and I thought I was pretty good, but I thought I had more of a future in the music, and I just went through with it. And now I didn't get to play with those Yankees,
Right.
but I'm playing with the Salsa Yankees.
That's right. Well, the Salsa University.
Yeah, the Salsa University.
Gran Combo
For
is
me-
known as
for
la
me-
Salsa, la Universidad
De la Salsa.
De la salsa.
You know, the Gran Combo for me is all in one. It's the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Yankees of our music. That's the way I look at it.
You know, how was that this year at the Puerto Rican Day Parade? This year.
That was a dream come true. You know, the group is celebrating 49 years. Next year is the 50th anniversary, and it was the first time that they had participated in the parade as the kings of the parade.
Yes, there was a whole bunch of kings in this year's parade.
Yeah, but it was a dream come true
How
for
long
me.
you've been with El Gran Combo?
12 years.
12 years,
Yeah.
12 years. And in those 12 years, you guys have never participated in the Puerto Rican Day Parade?
No, and I asked them if they had ever played in the parade, and I was always wondering, because Gran Combo is known as the musical flag of Puerto Rico.
Right.
So you have to have, you have the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the biggest one, and the band that's known as the musical flag, and you never had them on the parade. That's, pretty amazing, And when we finally, in that float in front of 2 million people, it was like I was trying to soak it all in. But I was more happy for them because they deserve that and a lot more because they're so humble.
Yeah, well, you're part of that whole organization or that university, as we said earlier, and you're a 2-time Grammy winner, and you obviously you guys are developing another soundtrack, and I just wonder, like, where from here? Where do you go from here after all these accomplishments? And you started at 9. I mean, obviously you're not done. So where do you go from here?
No, I see it like there's a lot to be done. I've accomplished a lot. But you're human. You always want to do, okay, I reached a certain point now, what's next? But as far as the Gran Combo, next year is the big 50th anniversary, and that should be a worldwide tour and a big celebration, and I'm looking forward to that.
Well, we're really, excited to have you here on set with us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And of course, we want to share with everybody where they can find updates on El Gran Combo and on you, Richie Bastar. So where would they go to do so?
I have my website, www.richiebastar.com, and I have a Facebook, Richie Bastar. I have a fan page, it's Fanático de Richie Bastar. The Gran Combo has their website, which is www.elgrancombodepuertorico.net, all that together.
Yes.
And I'm on Twitter, Richie Perk.
Richie Perk, short for percussion, para que lo sepa.
Yeah.
That's all right, well, you know what? We're going to have more of Richie Bastar and his music, and once again, you can go to his website, richiebastar.com, and be sure to check out El Gran Combo's music as well. When we come back, Bobby C is going to take over. However, don't go anywhere because Richie's going to play for us while Mi Daddy dances for us. It's going to be a very interesting open artist spotlight. We'll be right back.
Flashlight and the batteries?
Yes?
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yep.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes. The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster.
Mom, I'm not gonna go to college.
What are you saying? You've got to go to college.
Well, they offered me a job, and...
Son, college is much more important.
No.
Yes.
No, Mom.
Yes.
Anyways, it's my decision.
Okay, well then decide what degree you're going to get because you will go to college.
Their tomorrow depends on your words today. The Hispanic Scholarship Fund has the information you need to help your kids go to college.
So here are the keys. Congratulations, it's officially yours. I'm sure you'll have many happy years here.
Except for you, because you'll be gone 3 years from now, struck down by the same disease that got your father. So you won't be around for them. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test, but you didn't have it. Okay, who wants to check out the backyard?
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
We begin on the college gridiron, where locally the Fordham Rams are gearing up for their home opener on September 17th. This season, the Rams are celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Blocks of Granite, paying homage to such legends as the late, great Vince Lombardi. Fordham is a week away from welcoming rival Columbia to Rose Hill for a 1 p.m. kickoff. Delayed by inclement weather, Fordham's season opener at UConn was a nightmare last weekend. The Rams fell 35-3, but remain confident they can bounce back in their home opener next weekend. On a side note, former Fordham QB John Skelton lost his starting job in Arizona as the Cardinals acquired Kevin Cobb in the offseason. Skelton, still young, will have an opportunity as the number 2 guy. Unfortunately, his brother Steven was released from Arizona last week. The younger Skelton is a promising tight end, but will have to catch on somewhere else. College sports is back in full swing this fall. Across town, Manhattan College has made some improvements to Dratty Gymnasium. The multi-purpose facility is undergoing its latest improvement project since the building opened in 1978. The state-of-the-art renovations, which are scheduled to be completed this fall, include a new indoor track and flooring throughout the facility, top-of-the-line strength training and cardio equipment, as well as a newly designed basketball floor and video scoreboards. During the fall, we'll have coverage of all of your favorite local college teams, including Hostos Community College. For more on the Caymans, visit hostosathletics.com. College athletics wasn't the only thing returning to action this week in the world of sports. The NFL season kicked off Thursday night as the defending Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers held off the New Orleans Saints 42-34 in a shootout and matchup of the past 2 Super Bowl winners. Thursday night's opener paves the way for a full slate of action this weekend from the NFL gridiron. Has any NFL team had to deal with more injuries than the New York Giants this preseason? The G-Men will be in Washington for a 4:15 kickoff, but they may be without defensive leader Justin Tuck. Tuck is concerned about his neck and may sit out with an injury. The Giants hobble into the NFL's opening week Sunday. And Sunday will be an emotional day for everyone in this country as we honor those who lost their lives 10 years ago during the tragic events of September 11, 2001. Jets coach Rex Ryan expressed this week how much more pressure he and the team feel to perform well on Sunday night football when Gang Green will welcome the Dallas Cowboys for their season opener at MetLife Stadium. Kickoff is set for 8:20 p.m. Fans can tune in to NBC for coverage of the Sunday night game of the week. The New York Mets will also be home for Sunday night baseball on ESPN. The Amazons, who dropped both ends of a Thursday doubleheader in Atlanta as longtime nemesis Chipper Jones homered in the Twin Bill sweep, will host the Chicago Cubs at Citi Field. As for the Bronx Bombers, they begin a 9-game road trip tonight in California. The Yankees will be taking on the LA Angels before heading into Seattle and Toronto next weekend. The Bombers dropped another tough one to the Baltimore Orioles Thursday afternoon in a makeup game. The O's handed the Yankees a 5-4 loss. Nonetheless, the Yanks still have a 2.5-game lead on Boston for first place in the American League East. The two rivals have both struggled a bit the past week. We'll have more on Bronx Bomber Bernie Williams, who's heading into the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame next week. Time for a quick news flash from the NBA. The league still has no resolution on the horizon, and many players have begun to make alternative plans. Solid NBA players like J.R. Smith and Wilson Chandler, who both signed with China recently, are clear indications that the association is far from returning. Rain has wreaked havoc on the U.S. Open this week in Flushing Meadows. However, some decent weather Thursday helped the Open get closer to conclusion. Serena Williams is in the semifinals, and Andy Roddick is in the quarters, headlining an interesting weekend ahead at the Open. Those are the headlines. Let's hit the C-list for some more on September 11th. It will be a somber evening at MetLife Stadium Sunday night, to say the least. The 10-year anniversary of 9/11 is a time for reflection and might be the only time that a boisterous Jet crowd could go silent. Although sports and 9/11 are two topics that are far apart in conversation, I believe Sunday night should be a time not only of reflection, but also of celebration. And honestly, I can't think of a better way to celebrate the fact that terrorism in this country didn't win. Thousands of fans will gather to cheer, will gather to embrace and to honor the memory of those that gave their lives for freedom. We're bigger, stronger, and better as a nation than we were 10 years ago. And all of that will be on display this September 11th as the games will go on. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. We'll have more Open after this.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face. Ugly.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. We're so glad you stayed through the break because now you're going to get a special treat. It is now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
Hey, we spoke to them earlier in the show, but now they're going to combine their talents to treat us with a little bombasso moves and some island beats. So please welcome to the open stage, Richie Bastar and Miteri Tucker. Okay, go for it. As I say goodbye to everyone. All right, once again, Richie also is going to be playing tonight with a Gran Combo, right? You're going to be playing in Queens.
Club La Boom
At
tonight.
Club La Boom, and he also mentioned that if you do want information on where they're going to be playing, because they're also going to be in Jersey, El Gran Combo's going to, you can go to El Gran Combo
de Puerto Rico.
.net. It's a little long-winded, but you get it. You Google El Gran Combo. El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico.net. They're going to be playing all around town this weekend. All right. We have Richie Bastar on this side, Teddy Tucker. Once again, her classes are going to be on Monday. They begin Monday, September 12th, so make sure you check her out too, MiteriTucker.com. All right, people, I'm sorry, that is all the time we have for today's show. Of course, we are always thanking you and thanking everyone, thanking our crew, thanking the Creative Media Arts Center today, and all of our guests for coming through. And, if you want to see this show again, you can tune into the Recablecast tonight at 5 and 6 p.m., and throughout the entire weekend. Of course, you can check us out 24/7 by going to www.bronxnet.org and follow us at Bronxnet TV and give us a little tweet. And, from all of us here at Open, As always, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. I'm Rhina Valentin, and we are going to dance this segment out. Woo!
Let's celebrate the gateway to America. It's the 7th annual Viva Bronx Festival, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse. This is at Hostos Community College, featuring great artists with crafts, food, and activities for the whole family. Celebrate Viva Bronx, Sunday, October 2nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. between 144th and 149th Street in the Grand Concourse.
Hi, I'm Sean Johnson of the 2008 U.S. Gymnastics team. I'm here with our friends from VeggieTales to say, be a player, get up and play an hour a day.
Besides gymnastics, how do you stay in great shape, Sean?
I love to dance and rollerblade.
Cool.
You don't have to be an Olympian to be a player. Just do the things you already love to do, like jump rope, ride a bike, or even play freeze tag.
Now that's something to live for.
Well done. For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Big. Yeah, she is big. Let's get your haircut.
Yeah.
Looks cute. Come on, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.